Yeah. Yeah. Lights. Camera, motherfucker. We're taking it back. I'm done with your $1 billion bullshit, sucking on corporate tits. One kid, one screen, fucking beggars canyon. AI lightsabers, watch the system panic. No more kissing ass for a green light. No more suits telling me what's right. I got the power in my goddamn room, turning dreams to fire. Boom! You had your turn, you greedy fucks. Now the tables flip, we don't give up. This is the fucking golden age. Every bit of the cage, every broke ass dreamer's got a blade. Fuck the studios, fuck the wage. We're burning it down in a new metal rage. Golden age, motherfucker, it's mine today. Hey, 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 hey. Golden age, motherfucker, it's mine today. 1993, Sundance motherfuckers. Quint spitting blood, no budget, no structure. Now it's 2026. Same fucking feeling, but the tools are free and the hate's more real, man. One laptop warrior, no union dues. Shitting on your VFX crews. You spent 200 mil to make shit look fake. I made Luke cry for 8. Checkmate. You had your turn, you bloated fucks. Now the kids are coming, we don't give up. This is the fucking golden age. Heaven the cage. Every broke ass dreamer's got a blade. Fuck the studios, fuck the wage. We're burning it down in a new metal rage. Golden age, motherfucker, it's mine today. Hey, 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 hey. Golden age, motherfucker, it's mine today. Hey, you hear that? Yeah. That's the sound of your empire cracking. Hey, no more waiting. Fuck that. We're taking everything you've been hoarding. Take it. Who runs Summerer now? Who runs Summerer now? Who runs Summerer now? We do bigger. This is the fucking golden age. Tear the script, burn the page. Every nobody's got the gauge. Fuck your franchise, fuck your cage. We're the new kings of the rage. Golden age, motherfucker, welcome to our screen. Yeah. Beggars Canyon to your fucking grave. The golden age is here. And we ain't asking for permission. Bitch.
Hey, what's going on, everybody? How y'all doing? Welcome back to the channel. My God, what a song that was. It's got a real catchy hook to it as well. Did you guys like that? Did you guys catch the message there? Hollywood, oh boy. I think we're at the point now. I think we're at the tipping point where by the end of 2026, dude, Hollywood is going to be fucking hurting. I mean, they're already hurting. If you've been paying attention, shit ain't going great. All right, like it looks decent on paper. You know, it looks all right on paper. You look at the numbers from 2024 to 2025, and it's like revenues rose 2%. 2%. One of the reasons why that is because more people are just waiting to watch shit at home, and premium large format theaters are causing the increase in price, but it's also bringing in a lot more revenue. So it's one of those situations where everyone is just a wee bit fuckered. So anyway, a lot going on in the world. Holy fucking shit. We're only 5 days into the year, and yeah. Holy fuck. Let me check up here at the chat. What up, Mo? How you doing? Dave, how you doing? How's Hawaii? Parallax says late. Shut the fuck up. It's Monday. Cut him some slack. Today was a busy day. Today was a very busy day. I picked up my kids from school. I had to drive like 40 miles north to go to a child's optometrist. Only to get there and for them to have the entire facility, the hospital, under construction, making parking a nightmare. So we were late getting to the appointment. Turns out my daughter, just about 2 years ago, had perfect vision. Now, unfortunately, has gotten the curse from either her mother's side or my side about needing glasses. She has an astigmatism, or has astigmatism in her eye, and that's something she's kind of dealing with tonight. So, it's kind of been a thing. And then it was just, doing the family shit, right? Coming in post holidays, worked my ass off this last week. Finally did watch Stranger Things finale last night. Thought they landed the plane pretty well. And then I've been sad all day, actually. I've been really sad all day thinking about that. It's so weird to say, like it's super weird to like watch a show like that. And then when it's over, go like, God damn, I'm fucking weeping. Like, why am I so fucking tired? And a lot of that actually is just like because you care about the characters, I think. They all got a good ending. All right. Like there was a good, solid ending to the show. It had that Return of the King, 45-minute epilogue, but you know what, though, worked out all right. Only a couple questions that I had at the end there. Mostly everything else is pretty much just, it was answered nice, neatly, wrapped it all up, gave us a good finale, and yeah, I mean, like, the show, I think, in some ways was a massive victim of its own success, but it also was able to entertain us for almost 10 years, right? For a little over 9 years, considering the fact that the show itself only had about a 4-year time gap until the very end. Those kids were about ready to start, middle-aged by the time that the show caught up with it. And that's a big problem with how expensive these shows are, with how vast they are and everything else. But I thought it was really well done. Yeah, Greenland and not the movie. I know, right? You know what I'm wondering? I'm wondering if Greenland 2, which opens up, is it Greenland 2? Is that what opens up this weekend? Greenland 2 Migration opens up this weekend. And I'm kind of laughing because it's like what a better time for that, you know what I mean? Like, what a better time to have to have all that shit there. It's like, our president, our psychotic, narcissistic president, is all like, I took over Venezuela. We took out Maduro. He's in the United States. We paraded him around like he was a prisoner of war. Openly driving around with vans open in New York City, showing everyone we got him. He's here. Not a body double. Not AI. No. We got him. He's here. Now I want Greenland. Perhaps Mexico. Perhaps Canada. The United States empire is growing, ladies and gentlemen. You can't stop imperialist America now. America first means America, everyone. It's an America first policy. Actually, if you think about it for a second, America first and China first are kind of similar, right? The one China policy is kind of what they're going for now with America. That just dawned on me, right? The whole, like, you can't say Taiwan is an independent country. You can't do it. I had a passenger recently who was from Taiwan, and I was all like, hey, I'm really sorry to hear about your country. She's like, thank you. And I'm all like, I really hope, like China doesn't like fuck around. And she's like, me too. And I was like, yeah, that's, I don't know what to tell you. I'm just one pendejo in the Pacific Northwest. You know what I mean? I'm just one dude. What can I say? David, you've never seen Stranger Things. You fucking, what the fuck, dude? You're missing out. Solid shit. Time for Fallout Season 2. Yes, now I can play catch up on that one. Or welcome to Derry. Yeah, welcome to Derry. So, wait, what the fuck? There was a news broadcast that had an activist on being interviewed just as they finished. The police walk up and arrested them for not following a police order and obstruction on a road. Didn't that happen in LA? Like, didn't they do that to a lady in LA? I don't even fucking know. Did I see the trailer for The Rip? I haven't yet, but it's Ben Affleck and Matt Damon, so I need to watch it. This is the thing, guys. I'm telling you, this is like, again, this is what I'm talking about with this. We're gonna watch a short film here in a minute. Okay, we're gonna watch a short film here in a minute. That's it's that's all about this thumbnail. If you guys saw this thumbnail, like I put, I had AI put the thumbnail or put the image on an IMAX screen in IMAX stadiums. This is kind of where we're at now. We're getting to that fucking point, guys. It's very close to getting there. Very close. PBS also shut down today. PBS didn't shut down. The Corporation for Public Broadcast shut down. PBS, I believe, is still around. But the corporation, the corporate part of it shut down. Is PBS shutting down? Okay, let me see here. Maybe it was. Okay, Corporation for Public Broadcasting to shut down. Yeah, but is that PBS or is that just... what is that Corporation for Public Broadcasting here? Hold on. Maybe I read the headline wrong. Okay, so less than a year after Trump administration and Congress voted to defund the Corporation for Public Broadcasting, the entity which helped fund operations for local public TV and radio stations has voted to shut down. Okay, so it's not PBS. Okay, it's not PBS, but it is a very big part of PBS. This will come back, by the way. Right? This will absolutely come back. Fucking Avatar movie ranking, Avatar 2001, Fire and Ash, Way of Water. Dude, I don't think you can view Fire and Ash and Way of Water as being anything other than one big ass movie. You know what I mean? It's like one big ass movie. But yeah, there's again, I was watching it the other night with my kids. Super good. I like Fire and Ash quite a bit. But hey, it's now on track. I was reading it. I don't know how true it is, but I was reading a thing today talking about how it's on track to hit 2 billion. So I don't even know if that's the case. I think 1.7 is what it's gonna go. Yeah, but it's the same movie. It's the same story. That's what I'm talking about. It's like Kill Bill Volume 1, Kill Bill Volume 2, Avengers Infinity War, Avengers Endgame. It's like part 1, part 2, Harry Potter, Deathly Hallows part 1. Definitely, I can see you liking a part more than the other, but it's like, I just feel it's one congruent story. It's hard to break it up like that. Maybe that's just the way that my ADHD brain works. Okay. It's like, I can't separate the two. I just can't separate the two. Maybe you can, and that's good. I can't. I have problems with that, right? 2 billion isn't possible at this point domestically. I don't know. That's what I was reading. It's going to rely, quite frankly, on international. You know what I mean? Even like Spider-Man No Way Home did almost $2 billion without China. You know what I'm saying? So, you're gonna have to hold up, man. You're gonna have to hold up on that doom on the doom scrolling on that. Parallax, okay? Why don't you just go look at some Mikey Madison photos, okay? Right? Stroke one out, feel better, come on back, you'll do okay. Or just finally look at Mikey Madison through the lens everyone else does and realize that she's like not that good of an actress, right? Like Anora, she was okay in Anora, but like wasn't like in Anora. Like it was just like, I mean, I'm not saying like a wooden plank gave a better performance. But like, I mean, to when I say Mikey Madison, largely a lot of what I mean is like, there's the scene in the movie where she's like in the living room and she's doing the stripper thing for the guy, and it's the exact same stripper performance that I've seen like 1,000 times, right? And it's just like I'm like, oh, this is so boring. I've already seen this. No nudity. Come on, she's not gonna play with her pussy. Like this fucking stupid. So basically, it's mostly just like that's why she's mid. Okay, like honestly, Sydney Sweeney, even though Sydney Sweeney has kind of like that resting bitch face. Way better actress, can emote way better. Mikey Madison is just like, I don't know. She got lucky because it was a bad year last year. So there you go. Yeah, Fire has more interesting elements. Fine, I'll give you that one. The Ash people are really cool. I like Varang quite a bit. I want to see more from her because here's the thing. Now Varang, I don't know if you saw the spoiler stream that H. Bartz and I did last week. But like, I think I said in there that Varang is now basically like the antithesis to Natiri. Like Quaritch and Sully are the yin and the yang. No, not even rage bait, dude. Completely, absolutely accurate. You calling it rage bait is just, yeah, that's cope, bro. That's fucking cope. Yeah, Drogo, I've been playing Frontiers of Pandora. My issue with Frontiers of Pandora is it's like any other fucking Ubisoft game, you know what I mean? It's like it's well, I will say they didn't what did they do? They didn't fucking rely on the open world, tropes that they always do. What I mean by that is a collectible every 5 seconds, right? Like every 5 feet there's something you need to collect. What I enjoy about it is like if you want to craft better items, you got to find better, animals, and you got to kill them cleanly. You got to kill them, with mercy and shit. I had this one. It was like that one sound beast, whatever it is. I forget what it's called. The fucker was charging me like out of nowhere, and I pulled out my spear chucker because I don't know the name of it right now, and I just fucking held down the trigger right to cock it, and then I just threw it and it hit him right in that vulnerable spot underneath his neck and just dropped him in one hit. And it was just like clean kill and merciful. I'm like, damn. And then I went and collected, the materials and shit. I like that your bow and arrows are far more powerful than the RDA weaponry, which seems kind of funny to me, but I think it's really just about like the strength of the bow, and everything. I wish stealth was a little bit better. I wish I could be more stealthier. I feel like when you're going to try to hack the like the amp machines, right? The amp units or anything else, you have to be in direct like eyesight, which makes sense. But then that little mini game trying to unlock it is just, when you are trying to unlock it and you are exposed, it becomes so fucking annoying. So I just don't even do it. Cause like it'd be nicer if you could turn it into like chaos mode where it starts attacking. Like it just starts attacking other people, that would be really cool to do, but you can't do that. You can't hack those machines to turn on themselves, which is something that Ubisoft, I was thinking back to like the best Assassin's Creed game, which is Assassin's Creed Origins. I'm sorry, like as much as I love Ezio Auditore, right? And I do. Bayek was awesome. Okay, Bayek was great. That was a great game. But you had the ability to like poison people, and the poison spread, and then they got rid of it, right? And they got rid of like the other ones in other games too, where you have the ability to like shoot a dart at somebody and it causes them to go psycho and start raging out on other people. You know what I mean? Like they got rid of the fun toys. Are you talking about the bland Far Cry reskin? Oh no, it's exactly a Far Cry reskin. Yeah, 100%, 100% Far Cry reskin. Yeah, make no mistake about that. It's like Far Cry Primal was just Fallout 4's map, right? But it had some really great elements. I mean, Far Cry Primal is probably like ultimately more of an Avatar game than Avatar Frontiers of Pandora, to be fair, right? Like you won't even, I like both games, but no, I'm fully open to admitting that, right? At least I can admit when something that is mid, unlike some people. God, it's like, you're coping hard over Mikey Midison, but Isabella Mid said, man, come on, bro. Come on. Like you got to find like, you got to find someone better. This is just not working. You're just so picking the wrong horse, which is ironic because they kind of look like horses. Anyway. Wrong. Black Flag is the best one. Black Flag is awesome. I love Edward Conway. And obviously the pirate shanties are brilliant and everything else, and the thing is though, but that game was the last game in the AC franchise to use the old combat system, which was more like the block and parry rather than like, the combat system that I think AC Origins, no, it wasn't AC. I mean, AC Origins like perfected, but like Syndicate and Unity were the ones those are the two like forgotten stepchildren, right? Like Syndicate. I remember when Unity came out and everyone's like, this game sucks cock. And I was like, I had it on PS4. It was fine. It worked fine for me. I thought it had a good story. I never got into Syndicate though. I own it, but I never got into it. So, but I do love those right? For my problem with the game is its guidance in combat. What do you mean? Like, it's the combat's kind of, I will admit the combat's kind of standard. Like roll up, take out the enemies. I do like some of the different amp units with like the grenade launcher, the flamethrower, the machine guns and shit. But I actually know what it is. I put the difficulty to hard and it started giving me a challenge. On normal, you're just breezing through. Everyone's a goddamn fucking paperweight. You know what I'm saying? It's super easy. So I moved it up to a harder difficulty. And I found myself getting wrecked a lot more, which I enjoy. Syndicate was the worst one next to Rogue. Can you really call Rogue though? I mean, like, come on, dude. Come on. You can't sit there and tell me that Assassin's Creed 4 is the best one, but then go and shit on Rogue. Yeah, sure, fine. You're like, you're playing as a Templar. I get that. I never played it, but I know about it. All right. But it was the same exact game. It was the same exact engine. All right. It was the same template as Black Flag, just from the alternate perspective. Okay. So don't, you want to talk shit, go talk shit about number 3. All right. We were talking shit about number 3. How about that shit, right? Hold on. Everyone got upset at Stephen Lang because he said that he left the man club. I think what he said about masculinity was right and nothing to be upset over. Yeah, man. Look, dude, this is a whole thing. This is the thing. People who got mad at Stephen Lang for having that comment are the kind of people that like think that every time you get an erection, it means you want to fuck. Right? Like these guys who don't understand like what being a dude is like, what being a man is like. I mean, like you can be a man and like not want to like put down other people. You can be a man and not want to like argue and harm other people and shit, and not think that your masculinity is every part of your fucking identity. You know what I'm saying? It's like, there you go. Hold on. FU AC3 is a masterpiece. Whatever, dude. That's cope. That's cope. Look, the best thing about Assassin's Creed 3 is you can go and find somebody synced it up to America Fuck Yeah, that first launch trailer or the announcement trailer for AC3 syncs up to America Fuck Yeah, and it worked pretty good. Otherwise, it was terrible. Let's see. Remember when Ubisoft charged full price for Assassin's Creed 3 Liberation, even though the game was just glorified expansion pack? Yeah, that game had some problems. That game had some issues. That game was that game was one of those ones that they really fucked up on, right? But I mean, Assassin's Creed Shadows was really good. Although to be fair, it has kind of gone very far away from everything that it set out to do initially, but it's okay. Jarbo's a red coat, whatever, dude. Whatever, man. You're just upset that you're just full of bad takes tonight. That's okay, though. It's okay. Spherical Man here we go. Happy New Year. How do you like that? You're going to get your wish and we're going to invade Mexico because cartels. LOL. I'm in the minority that enjoys the Stranger Things finale. I like the finale. One thing I've been finding out, though, about that is apparently the people who've been causing the biggest stir about everything are the folks that are super upset that Will and Mike didn't get together. The Byler, the shippers. And I repeatedly say this. Shippers deserve the gulag. I hate shippers. I do. The Duffer Brothers saying like they had no idea what shippers were, it actually tracks. People like, no, but like Buffy and Angel, like, dude, no one watched those shows when they were on the air. Like, no, like they were like, you got to remember the CW was like the least watched network. And it's up until when it closed, when it canceled, when it went away a couple of years ago, CW was still the least watched network. Like if a show had 1 million viewers, that was considered good for CW. So like the Arrowverse never really had that much in regards to overall viewership. It did well on Netflix, but it never really had like a great deal of viewership. When Supergirl left CBS, I think its first season, it was one of the lower performing shows on CBS, but it still had like the most amount of viewers than anything on CW. Right. That's just so you have an idea for like how Supergirl was compared between the two networks. It had a larger viewer base than anything, and it was one of CBS's least viewed shows. So, when you had Buffy and you had Angel and everything else back in the day, yeah, they had a dedicated small fan base that has gotten larger over the years. But by and large, back then, there wasn't like if there was shipping, and I'm sure there was shipping back then, it was largely relegated to the forums. Like I remember when I went on the Jack of All Trades forums back in 2000, that Bruce Campbell show that's really good. I got to know those guys. We got to talking on there. And that's actually how I ended up, winning. There was a website called collegeclub.com, and someone on College Club's movie website was a big Bruce Campbell fan and was doing a competition about, a trivia competition about Bruce Campbell. And I copied the questions and I dropped it in a thread on that Jack of All Trades forum, which was completely full of Bruce Campbell fans. And they answered every question and I ended up winning. I outsourced the trivia answers to a forum of dedicated people. I mean, that I could see being a thing, but mainstream shipping wasn't a mainstream thing. The Byler cucks doing all their nonsense, that's more mainstream because the show's been around for 10 years and they're just so desperate to watch two dudes make out. But I do have to say this, and Spherical Man, you might agree. The last shot of not the last shot, but the shot of Will in like the future, they still gave him a really bad haircut. He's never going to escape that haircut. He's never, ever, ever going to escape it. But at least they finally gave him something interesting to do. And he did it well. And I think he did it well. Do I ever want to see Noah Schnapp again? No, I'm good. But I think he did well. Every other character was great. He was like good in the context of what he was needed for. Let him go after that. But I did see some people trying to say that Murray and the teacher hooked up. Like, I saw that. And I'm like, I don't think that happened. I think they became friends, but I don't think that you know what I mean? It's like, what the fuck? Anyway. Let's see. Prince of Persia greater than Assassin's Creed? No. Don't get me wrong, dude. See, here's the thing, man. Your Prince of Persia and my Prince of Persia are two different. My Prince of Persia is the original Prince of Persia. Okay, the side scroller, you'd have to kind of memorize where everything was. Like, that's my Prince of Persia. Your Prince of Persia, I don't know, you and I are kind of similar in age. You could be thinking the same thing. But like a lot of the younger people, their Prince of Persia is like Sands of Time. And that game was fun, a lot of fun. But that is not my Prince of Persia. Did I see Trump on the plane saying the quiet stuff out loud about oil, how the Venezuelan government stealing our property? Ran it down. It's rusty. Oil company will take good care of them. Yeah, so the thing is, from what I was reading, none of the oil companies want to even fuck with Venezuelan oil because it's not oil we can use. I don't think, because of the way like you have like I think it's like your sweet and sour oil. Like we do sour. Like we the stuff that we need oil for is all sour based. What we have here underneath our land is sweet, which we sell overseas. I've always found that to be kind of odd how we import and export oil. Like, well, wait, hold on. Like, if we need oil, then why don't we just get oil, like from here and shit, right? But it's a different type of oil. Did I see Joey's music name? Leroy Merlin? I did not know. People didn't watch Buffy? No, people watched Buffy, but it wasn't as big as you thought. It didn't hit the mainstream until I'd say, not even mainstream. Buffy's not even fucking mainstream. But look, they did a Buffy fucking audio drama with a lot of the main cast returning. And I know the guy who directed it. And even that was like something that like failed after one season. So they're trying to go back and do the show. And I'm sorry, without Sarah Michelle Gellar and Joss Whedon, the show's going to fucking tank. Wait, the good stuff over on Boomer side. What are you talking about? Bullshit. It's got the biggest oil reserves on the planet. The oil companies will sell it to China or Russia, like Ven does already. Well, yeah, they're gonna. I mean, I think that's one of the reasons why, like, giving it, like, us going to that country and like hitting that country, taking out its leader, and then us going in there more or less and like taking over the oil regime, right? Like, that is some like fuck Jesus Christ, dude. Like, that is some shit. I know Sarah Michelle Gellar is in the show, but I'm like, that may not be enough without Joss Whedon's writing. See, this is the thing, right? It's like they brought back Sarah Michelle Gellar. They brought back everybody for I Know What You Did Last Summer, and it still sucked dick. So I'm saying it's like Buffy as a show. You're like, if she's not the main character and it's not directed, not overseen by Joss Whedon, you're missing out on a large part of what made the thing work. And so we'll see if it can capture, but I don't know. Look, will it get views like the first season? Absolutely. If it's bad, we'll see what happens. I mean, the Buffy fandom is big. Don't get me wrong, but I wouldn't say that they're the most active anymore. Are we doing Iraq all over again? Kind of. I don't know. Wait, what? What in the ever-loving fuck is that? I liked what they did in WIKWYDL. I don't know what the fuck that is. I don't know what that is. I have no idea. What in God's name? Anyway, hold on here. Elle and Mike were going to be together. Yeah, I mean, that was kind of the whole thing. But, once these kids get an idea in their brain, man, once they get an idea in their brain, that's what they want. I don't get it. It's kind of weird. I just find that to be very fascinating with the whole concept of it all, because when you're watching Stranger Things and then like all of a sudden, like you're like, okay, I'm trying to get in. I'm enjoying what they're showing me. And then you go online and it's all like, why didn't that kid suck that other kid's cock? And you're like, what the fuck? And then there's flame wars about like, people arguing over like literal teenagers, like sucking and fucking each other. And you're like, this is a little bit weird. Oh, and then you look at the profile and it's all like 45-year-old, hairy beast of a man. Hearts My Little Pony and Stranger Things in his Twitter bio. You're like, oh, great. Fucking that guy. Let's see here. Oh, the Will Mike relationship is a first for me about what people didn't like. I've been seeing people no liking Elle's outcome, and the battle was too short and easy. The battle was, I don't know I don't think the battle was too short and easy. I think the battle worked out pretty well. I liked that there's a fair amount of juxtaposition. I do like the line from Winona Ryder at the end there. I thought that was really good. I liked the violence of what followed that, and like how like it cut to like every person like and how they were harmed. I thought that was interesting. I thought it was really fascinating that the mom, they left her with the scars. That was interesting, and like this stuff. I thought there was some good stuff with it there. I was really bummed when it was over because it's over. I'm glad, but I felt sad at the same time. I like that we got another thing that was popular in the 80s, to choose your own adventure ending. I choose the second ending. What do you mean by that? Let's see here. It's better to ship real characters instead of ship 3 Asian girls into a poly ship. If you know, you know. Oh, yeah, I know. Snorlax. Oh, okay. I know what you did last summer is what you're talking about. Oh, okay. Okay. I know what you did. You could just say like, yeah, okay, fine. That one, that acronym is always kind of just eluded my brain. Ryan Coogler is also doing X-Files, which makes no sense. Mulder kills the cigarette smoking man in the series finale and saves humanity. No more story to tell. Is it continuation of the X-Files? I mean, you figure, look, where there's one conspiracy, there's going to be more, But Ryan Coogler has trouble with endings. Sinners has a really fucking dull, like a really not great third act, and everything. So that's a problem. Oh, you can choose what ending you want without. Yeah, okay. I kind of like that. I can't say I really dig I liked the twist, but I can't say that I really dig where it went, because in part I was kind of laughing, because I'm just going like, how did that happen? There are, even in the 1980s, you know what I mean? Like travel was definitely a thing. And I think we're going to get more. I think eventually we're going to get like 10 years later, it's going to be like the mid 1990s. Vecna is back, like the government has opened up another portal, sort of thing. Looper had a good ending, but everything else is so bad. Let me ask something here, Mo. You said Looper was good. Question: why the fuck did they have telekinesis in that movie? Outside of like the kid having it, there is no point of having telekinesis in that movie. It was such a lame ass storyline. Interesting premise, definitely. But Jesus Christ, the telekinesis bit was so bad. Do I ever keep up with locale? People are saying Keem is turning into a locale. Water bottle, I'm going to tell you this right now. Daniel Keem has always been a locale. Always. Always. There's never been a moment where he wasn't one. He just knew how to keep people laughing with him rather than laughing at him. Every time he has done something that warranted people to laugh at him, he loses his shit. Not even making that up. Like, that's just how he is. So he is most definitely a locale. He has always been one. He will never not be one. In fact, I'll be fair. A lot of content creators are. I know I am one. Right? Like, it's very true. It's part of the problem. I think the biggest issue, though, is the people that take this shit too seriously. And I know I've done that, and that put me on a bad path. So you gotta roll with the punches and shit. But Keem cares about his money and his power and his relevance, right? And that's how he's been able to like dangle people like Boogie along, because Boogie is like, how do you go from winning like streamer of the year basically at the video game awards to being a fucking locale on Locale Live, getting the word liar tattooed on your fucking face, which I don't believe was real. Okay. And all the other fucking degeneracy he subjected himself to. You went from the height of your career to literally almost getting ready to be on camera, shoving a banana in your tailpipe. And like, just all because Keemstar is like, I'll buy your house and keep you there. Sort of thing. It just doesn't make any sense to me. Like, at that point, it's one of those things where it's like, even at my lowest fucking moment, where I probably would have done something like locale. I mean that legitimately. I probably still would have like rather put a bullet in my head than even go that goddamn low. All right. And like, I've been at the bottom, so I get it. But here it's been 7 years. I got a job that I like. I'm making okay money, although fucking waiting for payday sucks. And I'm embarking on new adventures. You know what I'm saying? And it's like, I don't have to rely on this. I do it for fun. And so it's just like, yeah, but it's not. Keem has always been a goddamn locale. Always. And pretty much there's no denying that. Bookie pulled an Amazing Atheist banana tribute. No, but I'm saying he could probably do it. So yeah, Looper's ending is a bit of a plot hole. If he killed himself, his old self would have never existed. Generally speaking, yeah. But would the kid have lived, How is Boogie still going? I don't know. Every once in a while I'll get sent a clip and I don't even know how real it is. I don't even know how whatever it is. I don't even fucking know. I have no fucking idea anymore. So okay, here I'll bring up the Star Wars thing. Since I think people have jumped in to check it out, but then there's been dropping off since then. So this is Beggar's Canyon. This is an AI thing. It's pretty interesting. It's short, but it's like, it goes to show you where things are going. And I really want to know how this guy made it, to be honest with you. I really, really, really do. So here, let's check this out.
We're lucky Jawas don't like to read. It was a place where the most powerful kyber crystals were protected. Kyber crystals are what power lightsabers, and they aren't easy to come by. This is a map right to one.
Very Indiana Jones transition, which I like.
I won't be
very
long,
Lucasfilm.
I promise.
The pod racers.
Well, here goes nothing.
Like, look at the shadow. I mean,
This is sure up there. Sorry, guys. Hey, little buddy. Don't worry, I'm just passing through. Relax, would ya? Like I said, I'm just passing through.
yeah, but it's a fan film, David. It's a, you know, I don't know if he's making any money on this or not. I don't think so, because this is a new channel with like barely any subscribers.
That's it. Whoa, easy there. Hello? So you look over this place.
It's funny that you hear the water dripping, but there's like no water in the cave that you see yet.
Listening now.
Who are you?
Let it choose you. Let it choose you.
Because his name is Jefferson, Spherical Man. Well, I thought Vader was going to come out behind him like an Empire, you know? But this takes place between Empire Strikes Back and Return of the Jedi, so it's meant to be, I think, thematically similar. Are you talking about Star Trek V, Spherical Man? And that is Beggar's Canyon. I mean, holy shit. Right? Like, you got... that was crazy as fuck. You know. It's wild as shit that that they're able to do that. You know. Like, just from the guy. I mean, like, we don't know anything about this guy, to be honest with you. All right, we don't know anything about this guy. Part of me thinks, let me go back to the thing here. But like, let me see what his thing says. So, okay, so facing Vader on Bespin, Luke Skywalker lost his hand, his lightsaber, and his innocence, learning the devastating truth about his father. Now, the problem with that, though, is he doesn't have gloves on. This is after he lost his hand. You know, he doesn't have a glove on. Well, no, but then again, he doesn't put one on in Jedi until he gets shot in the hand. So there's that. Haunted by those events and desperate for answers, Luke returns to Tatooine in search of ancient Jedi texts Yoda once mentioned. Texts he believes will help him construct a new lightsaber and complete his training, before facing Vader again. You know, you've got the writings to lead Luke on a dangerous journey close to home, a map to a Force well, a rare place where the Force gathers to protect objects of immense power. The long hidden Kyber crystal, one Obi-Wan Kenobi secretly left behind for him. So, I mean, here we go. Yeah, contact me, Disney, Star Wars of Lost Legends at gmail.com. But then he's got a Patreon. Which I find to be kind of interesting, right? Okay. But it's not the full length. So, like, what is this here? All right. Like, it's, he doesn't even have the full thing up there. So he uses some of the music from Shadows of the Empire, which I think is pretty cool. But it says also, this project makes use of AI tools as part of an experimental filmmaking process. It is not a replacement for artists, performers, craftspeople whose works and rights are deeply respected. This film exists because of those artists, not in opposition to them, which is really, really, really fascinating. Now, this guy has now gone up. A couple days ago, he only had like a couple hundred subscribers, and now he's got 25,000 off of 2 videos, right? And this has got his first attempt at this, which we'll watch this here in a second. This is from a month ago, in Endor, the story before Return of the Jedi, and then he's got this one here. I mean, this guy could become the predominant Star Wars fan film guy. But look, the reason why this is important is or why it's interesting and important is because look what happened with Shamook, right? Remember when you had the Luke Vader scene in Mando season 2, and then this YouTuber fixed it and they gave him a job at Lucasfilm, right? And so it's like, if you think about this kind of stuff, Disney wants to invest in AI. They are investing in AI. And as a result of that, they're looking at this and saying, like, you know, this is, I think they might actually heavily start investing in these shorts to rebuild fan love. Because if these things are done well, the fans are like, this is great. The fans, like, we're getting like Star Wars Legends shit here. We're getting like EU shit here. You know, we're getting the kind of stuff that we want. And it's for a fraction of the cost of what it would actually cost Disney to make. Now, here's my other thing about this, right? There's something about this particular about this particular short that I find to be wildly fascinating. And that is, it's good. And what makes it good is not just what they showed us, but how it sounded. It had a good score, obviously using from Shadows of the Empire. It used it didn't do a lot of like what you would call like the standard Star Wars transitions with like the way that it does the wipe, but it does more of an Indiana Jones style crossfade, which makes it feel more like an adventure, like an old pulp adventure. But really the music and the sound effects and everything else, it populated the world, right? You heard like the sound of the canyon, you heard the sand people, you heard the birds, you heard the snake, you heard the rocks tumbling, you heard all that stuff. And it was like the sound design, which is what builds the movie or builds the universe of what we're listening to in our heads, was really fucking well done. The walking on the sound was too loud and crunchy. Well, I mean, it ain't fucking perfect, dude. I ain't saying it's perfect. But if that's your nitpick, like, okay. You know what I mean? If that's your nitpick, okay, that's fine. It's minor in my opinion. Something that could just be fixed in a remixing session. But like, I'm just saying, it's like they can, there is the sound design and the music is what brought a lot of people in. So just keep that one in mind. Rational here says, DM me, sir. Okay, cool. Thank you. But I am thinking that this person is working in the industry. And it is also entirely possible that, these particular movies are being done, I think, maybe to accelerate the acceptance of AI as well. Like, would I put it against anyone working inside the industry to make this sort of thing? No, not at all. I could imagine somebody at Lucasfilm working on this as a way to come on out and be like, yeah, let's make this a reality. So let's take a look here at the Ewok story. I mean, obviously that's a shot from the movie. Okay, so that one was interesting. It's Wilford Brimley in this one. I mean, Jester, I just had an Uber driver doing a $600+ order. God damn, dude. Hope the tip will. Only you can prevent empire fires. Kind of, yeah. What up, H Barts? I mean, if you think about it, if you really think about that, that was okay. So was that one as good as Beggar's Canyon? No, it was not. It was not as good. However, I do think that the idea there, you can see the how they were, how they've improved from but we're talking 1 month ago, going back over to this, right? It was this was 1 month ago. Okay, so just over a month ago. So November 24th, 2025. All right. So he did this first thing here. So I want to see if I can find his Patreon. So let's see. Hold on. I want to try to find his Patreon because he doesn't have the link. There we go. No, that's not it. Not Star Wars. Star Wars Lost Legends. Okay, hold on. Anyway, so we can see here, going back out. Sorry, I got a little distracted. So this was 2 weeks ago, coming out, about a month after he did this one. So, I mean, if we're following the timeline correctly, he should have a new short somewhere in the next couple weeks if he's working on these on about a month per short. Now this Ewok story before Return of the Jedi feels more like a mishmash, right? Okay, cool, Wicket, there's Empire, cool. Who the fuck is this weird troll creature? That guy kept kind of changing looks and whatever. So it was a different. I want to say this is a different video model. If I had to guess, your Beggar's Canyon was done with Higgsfield. Perhaps Runway was for this one, but Higgsfield was done with this. Because Higgsfield right now seems to be giving us the most consistent. Have I? No, I've actually never seen the Ewok movies. I've never seen them. I never got around to actually watching any of that stuff. I just kind of went all right, not for me. I don't know why though. I think you know what it is. I think this is when it came out. It was on TV only. And I think when I saw it, it was just it just looked bad, and maybe I was I just don't want to watch it, But maybe I was wrong. Interesting. So real quick here, the guy who got it. All right, so let's see. I found the guy's Patreon page. Here we go. Star Wars Lost Legends. And exclusive access for $3 a month. If you're here, we want the same thing to see more Star Wars videos. The more support I get to pay for the video generations, the better output can be. I mean, that is technically accurate. Here we go. Better output can be. If you don't donate, that's okay. I will scale up the amount of videos I do based on the demand regardless. Thank you for being here, and may the force be with you. So, I mean, and that was just yesterday. All right. So obviously his short has blown up, but no one has signed into his Patreon. No one has signed up for it yet. He's got one post of it. Right. And I think it's also in some ways because the thing doesn't work. The link doesn't work, and it should be in his pinned comment, all things considered. And I'm pretty sure he could probably get Star Wars Theory to hire him to make content. Cause I saw Star Wars Theory's video on this. Watch it with my daughters. Yeah. I gotta show him the other, I gotta show him, all the other stuff that I'm working on with that, Well, I haven't shown him, any of the Star Wars, like any of the Star Wars stuff. I think my eldest daughter would be okay with it. My youngest daughter would probably not be that interested, but I'll show it to him. I'll show it to him. So anyway, there's that. What did Rational send me? By the way, I just want to quickly call out, and I know he's fucking listening. At some point he'll listen. Chris the Bipolar Jedi today was like, hey man, I'm back. Right? You know, and he's like, I'm back. I'm like, all right, cool. Fucking, you know, I sent him a link, like, come on, let's catch up and shit like that. This is twice now he's told me he's back, and twice now he's bailed. What a bitch. Show them Star Wars. Yeah, well, I mean, I was showing them Ninja Turtles, and my youngest didn't care for it. My eldest liked it though, so that was good. That was good. Okay. Let's see here. All right. And sorry. I love this because you know he's watching, so I had to check real quick. So local stalker, right? You gotta love this weird little cretin. Okay, so instead of responding to me, there's this guy here, Aaron Rabinowitz. Just watched Star Wars Baker's Canyon, an AI-generated short, and while the performances were still obviously a little bit too robotic, this is by far the best example of AI filmmaking I've seen yet. Yes, there are small AI visual issues, but I've seen worse in actual films. That's actually fucking true. So he says here, right? I love this. I just heard on a live stream that a person actually believes that someone in the industry actually made this AI-generated stuff to actually make this more acceptable amongst general audiences of the population. Meanwhile, any number it's where Jedi is currently on the Look. Here's what I'm talking about, right? This cretin, again, he's a cretin. He's a fucking bottom feeder guy. This dude, like, you know, again, like what I love is he's completely right wing at this point. Like, there's no denying, like that if Donovan Martin were to meet James Gunn would vehemently despise Donovan Martin. He would see through the veneer of all the bullshit, and he would pinpoint. It's like, oh, you're a little MAGA fuck, aren't you? You're a little MAGA fuck, right? And then, you know, there's that. Anyway, look here. Okay, 165,000 views 2 weeks ago. Okay, I'm just saying, look at this one here. This one here, right? Baker's Canyon, 2 weeks ago, 165,000 views. I was sent this the other day from CJH. People are clearly sharing this. They are clearly checking this thing out. They are clearly watching it. Okay, this one here, just this one here. All right, Vader bleeds his kyber crystal on Mustafar after Revenge of the Sith. Okay. 168,000 views 1 day ago. All right. This channel has got Tales Untold, 171,000 subscribers. Okay. So it's like, look at this over here too, right? Palpatine, right? 582,000, clearly all AI. But hey, people are watching it. People are engaging with it. People are liking it. People are going, oh my God, this is so fucking interesting. I want to see more of this. And yet you think that this is not something that's being done within the industry to make it easier to use, to get more people to accept it. Because it doesn't matter. You can cry about fucking a game asset in goddamn fucking, you know, Claire Obscura. Temporary assets were made with Gen AI and then patched out of the fucking game. Okay, you can cry and bitch and moan and fucking bleed like it's your monthly all over that shit. But you can't tell me that there's not actual general engagement over this stuff, especially when it comes to pop culture and IP shit that people want to see more from. So yeah, you're going to get people that are going to be flocking to this kind of stuff, and they're going to like it. By the way, George Lucas, I guarantee you, is 100,000% behind all of this. Like support-wise, not that he's actually doing it. And I said this a couple years ago when AI came on the scene. If AI was around when Lucas was making the prequel trilogies or even the original trilogies, he would absolutely do it. Okay, fucking John Dykstra and all the guys at ILM would have absolutely used every ounce of technology available to them at the time to be able to achieve those visual effects. This is what people like Donovan don't get, is that people actually in the industry that work with this shit, the people that actually are the tastemakers that are trying to actually push things forward are going to use every bit of technology at their disposal. Everybody else is just really waiting for it to become acceptable rather than to be the trailblazer. And that's what I'm talking about. What we're at right now is like we're in the very beginning phases of the trailblazer time of this kind of shit. And you're going to get AI generated IMAX movies at some point in the next couple fucking years. Guaranteed. So let's check this out.
You come.
You are a monster!
Yes, I am.
You were the chosen one! It was said that you would destroy the Sith, not join them! Bring balance to the Force, not leave it in darkness!
Yeah, I agree about the dialogue.
You were my brother, Anakin! I loved you!
Doesn't he need the helmet to breathe?
My apprentice, you have returned. Were you successful in your quest?
the thing I'm looking at with this, like, it feels like Baker's Canyon feels like it was, you know, like an early era Lucasfilm movie, right? Like late 70s, early 80s, the vibe. This one feels like early 2000s, you know, like 20 years later.
Construction continues apace, Your Excellency. I believe we will meet or surpass all targets.
Both of you, leave.
But Emperor, your safety.
I am perfectly safe, Tarkin. Leave me.
Very well, my lord.
Thank you for watching. Me and TXQ are working together to bring you the best.
Okay. So, I mean, obviously, look, this guy is, you know, put together. I would argue, I think Baker's Canyon was better. I do. I think Baker's Canyon was better. And I say that, not that this is bad. It's actually pretty based. It's just, yeah, it's like, I feel like there was more care put into Baker's Canyon. This is the same YouTube channel made a bunch of more AI film films. Yeah. Yeah, you could tell. He's definitely done a lot, you know. And the thing is, like, I mean, there's a fair amount of money that is in on that stuff, you know. So it's kind of crazy how much money people are spending to make this kind of shit. So, it's kind of wild. It's kind of wild to see where all of that stuff is gonna go in the next year. Now, I don't even want to say like the next, like, you know, 10 years. I'm talking like the next fucking year. It's gonna be pretty crazy. Yeah, Mo, I completely agree. It's gonna get, and I'm telling you guys, this is where things are gonna get interesting in regards to sorry. This is where things are gonna get really interesting in regards to just the type of stuff you're going to see, right? Imagine like someone does like an Indiana Jones, right? Like they actually are able to do like an Indiana Jones style AI film. And there probably has been an attempt, you know, but they're able to figure out, you know, how to do the combat, how to do, you know, either, you know, fisticuffs or lightsaber battles or fucking, you know, World War II, you know, gunfights, dogfights, explosions, and it has coherency. I want to know how the fuck the Baker's Canyon guy got the consistency. I want to know how the fucking Tales from the, you know, the Untold Tales or whatever, right, is getting their character consistency. It ain't perfect, but it's like, it's getting there. What is this? A boxing match, Jarbo versus Donovan? Nah. He's too, he is, he would never actually do anything. Like, you got to understand, someone like Donovan, how do I say this politely? Someone like Donovan is the kind of person, he's a hanger-on. He's a clinger. Okay. There is nothing that he does in any capacity that is of value to anybody else. Okay. All right. Like, it's the whole thing about how, you know, again, like, it's just the idea there of a person who spends all of his days on Twitter either arguing about James Gunn being better than Zack Snyder for everything. You can't criticize James Gunn, but Zack Snyder did everything wrong. How, you know, Gen AI is the worst thing ever without ever, you know, showing that he can do any better. Or he's attempting. I mean, fuck, even Brandon. I've talked about this before. Brandon has created something. You know, the most Donovan has done is accidentally, you know, fucking miss his butthole with the toilet paper and get poop on his hands and smear it on something and call that art. So, you know, like, it's fucking funny. I'll show you guys this. I'm just checking his Twitter feed because it's just like, it's so cope. Look at this right here. All right. It's the new year. I promised myself I'm going to be more honest. Here's the start. Anyone that uses and relies on generative AI is an uncreative and lazy loser. Can't even spell loser correctly. Can't even spell loser correctly. Right? But again, he's like, I'm going to promise myself I'm going to be more honest. Like, when have you ever not, ever, like, not held this belief? So you're lying to yourself about your honesty, which is kind of funny. Because you can't go like, I'm going to be the same person I was last year, but this year, that's my promise to you. Doesn't make any fucking sense. Okay. And then again, love this one here. He just fucking has to do it, right? He gave it a dislike. Good for you. Good for you, buddy. No one cares. You're the only person that sees the dislike. The only person that sees the dislike. And again, so it's just like, again, all this shit, right? Like, here you are right here. 40. This is him coping about my comment about Sinners ending being shit. I feel so much pity for those who cannot understand the ending of Sinners, and all it just shows us how they lack nuance as well as subtext. I'm saying the Sinners ending, the final act of that movie was rushed, not the conclusion, the act of the film. Okay, like is again completely. He has to cope on this shit because this is how you know he's autistic, right? This is how you know he's autistic. Again, this is the world he has to live in, right? If I hear, well, this is okay. Hold on, this is big. Hold on. If this is true, fucking goddamn it, hate this shit. Hold on a second. Let me see. Fucking puck. Always with the fucking, with the what's it called? Oh damn it, it may not be up there yet. Hold on. I think I can get it. So yeah, you gotta love these paywalled fucking nonsense shit. Okay. Let me take a quick stab at this. Give me a hot minute here. Okay. Let me no, hold on, we're gonna do all right. Hold on. Okay. Oh, fucking shit, dick, cock, fucking motherfucker. Okay, hold on. What? Character limit. Fine. I need to read the article in this code. Can you? There we go. See if that works. He may be a clown, but AI sucks. Dude, Zap, we've been watching some shit tonight, man. It ain't that bad. It ain't that bad at all. Was that Filoni? Yeah. I'm trying to see if I can get the article, what they're actually saying. But I guess we'll just have to look there. The other thing. All right. So if it's true that that Dave Filoni is taking over, it would make sense to have it happen in 2026. Okay, you've got Mandalorian and Grogu coming out. This is a big deal. It doesn't suck. Everything we've watched has been pretty fucking cool. I don't understand how you can sit there and say that it sucks. Like look, you're entitled to your opinion. I'm just going to completely disagree with you on it because it's actually, the stuff is coming along pretty well. All right. Like, okay, you know what? Whatever. It's, I'm not trying to be a jerk about it. I think you're wrong. And I think just saying that it sucks is not an argument anymore. Because clearly it doesn't suck. Clearly the content is moving along pretty well. It's becoming more cohesive, more coherent, faster paced, cheaper to make. It's accelerating. And that's part of the interesting part of it. Let's hope Dave is better. Yeah. Well, okay. So, Kennedy's been in charge of everything for quite some time. I'm having trouble kind of getting around. Oh, God damn it. Hold on a second. I want to delete okay. It's fucking, I wonder if, I don't know how to get access to all of that. Let's see. I don't think it probably can, but yeah, it's behind a paywall. Fucking paywalls. No one likes paywalls, right? No one likes paywalls. I'm trying to see if like the body text is there. I don't think so. I don't think the body text is there because sometimes you can sit there and like grab the HTML and run the HTML through it and like find the article using the AI. I don't know if you're able to do that here. I don't see any actual. Yeah. Okay. Okay. Yeah. All right. So in the HTML, it doesn't actually have anything there. Okay. Lucasfilm president Lin-Wen Brennan will partner with Filoni on executive duties, while Filoni will lead all Star Wars creative development and management. Yeah, that makes sense. I mean, they've been pushing that for a while. He was 100% trained by Lucas. He is the heir apparent. So, by the way, Donovan, no one is telling you can't do something. Everyone is just telling you that you don't provide any value. So how about you actually do something? Can you go buy a personality? Would that be possible? Great. Anyway, awesome to hear. Yeah, can we ask Pasha to use this remote viewing in this one? That'd be great. It's funny how people kept telling Kevin Feige kept saying Feige was going to take over. Well, I mean, I do think that ultimately Feige was going to. But I think what happened with COVID and what happened post Endgame kind of prevented that from happening. I think Feige was structuring his exit from Marvel, leaving it in a really good place, leaving it on an ultimate high note, getting to go over and play with another toy box. of everything that he wanted to do. And then they're like, no, you gotta get back over. You gotta fix this because we overextended everything, you know, following with Disney Plus and everything else, which was a Bob Iger mandate, or what was it? Bob Chapek. So, you know, all that. You think the success of the Mando series really cemented Filoni? Well, it's so weird because that was a Favreau thing, right? That was a Favreau thing. But the thing is, well, I should say, but, and it's a big but, you know, Filoni was right there. Filoni was right there. And, you know, they've been together, you know, like side by side, you know, for years. And I think we're going to be able to see, I think we're going to be able to see a lot of really cool shit coming out of that. Right now, what does that mean? Does that mean that we are going to get, you know, like Ahsoka and the Clone Wars and everything else? Yeah, it does. And that is probably going to end up being like the biggest downside to it. But at the same time, the generation, right, the Gen Z that grew up with the prequels, that's what they want to see, right? Like that's what they want to see. And that kind of makes some sense, doesn't it? Like that's what they want to see. And that's one of the reasons why we keep getting a lot of this stuff out of them, is because they are trying, you know, they already know that the older audience wants like the Mandalorian stuff. Okay. And then the younger audience wants the Ahsoka stuff. And then they're going to find a way to merge it all together, which is what they should be doing, obviously. You know, but at the same time, that just seems to be where they're going to go. Now, personally, I would much rather get shit like fucking Andor, but that's not going to happen because they spent so much money on Andor. And despite how fucking good it was, and I still think it is probably the best show, you know, of the year, I really do. We are in a situation where they're going to go for what's probably the most effective and what is probably going to also be the cheapest. And that's Hollywood in a nutshell. And again, this is where I think that it's possible. Okay, hold on. Let me just hold up. Let me ask you guys a question. Okay. Do you think that it is in any way odd that something like Baker's Canyon pops up a couple weeks ago, does great? People are talking about it. Holy shit, this is so good. Holy shit, this is what I want to see. You know, this is the Star Wars. Maybe there's a comment there, made me feel like I was an 11-year-old boy again, right? And then all of a sudden we get this, that maybe, just maybe, Dave Filoni will be taking over. You know, I'm not saying the two are connected. I have like no fucking idea. I'm merely just pointing out that it's kind of funny that they're right there. That they're right fucking there. Anyway, yeah, that's kind of where I'm at with it. I really don't have much else going on tonight. I just like fucking that'd be kind of cool to talk about this shit. Let me see. Where's my chat there? The problem is that Jedi makes so much slop. Yeah, but dude, come on. If you don't have it focused, yes. If you go in and you just prompt like monkeys typing on typewriters with the, you know, and throwing shit at the wall, you're going to get monkeys typing on typewriters and throwing shit at the wall. A lot of the times the AI, like you can like streamline your prompts to get better output. Okay. It's like, it's more, I'm not saying it's a science. I'm not saying it's really even an art. I'm saying it's a screen direction. Okay. Like it's a direction. You have to treat it like you're giving, I don't want to say code, but you have to treat it like you're talking to a fucking machine. And I think that might be one of the biggest problems, is that people don't realize that they're talking to a machine, because it does come across as quite natural, you know? And like, if you let it do its own thing without enough, like maybe one of the biggest problems is because it comes across feeling so natural, we instinctively treat it like it's human despite it not being human. Like there's been use cases of if you talk shit to the AI, it will give you better responses. And that's kind of true. Like if you let it just do its own thing and don't push back and don't curate it and like guide it, it will just kind of go its own direction. Like you have to put the parameters in place. You have to hold it to those parameters, and then it will do what you want it to do. We have one gem and a 10,000 slot product. We have more than one gem, and we have definitely more than 10,000 slot products. You can't send me the video. You can't send it to me on Twitter. Because I check out the video. I can't. But I saw what I believe was AI footage of AT-ATs walking in water, and the person that posted it wanted to do more of that in AI. I mean, a lot of that shit's going to be like, a lot of this stuff that's coming out is going to really end up just being, a lot of people like just kind of living out the shit they wanted to make, you know, as a kid. Right? Like getting your G.I. Joes and smashing them together, getting your Legos and smashing them together. That's a lot of shit. What I'm waiting for is like when people get into like the really kind of weird, like old YouTube poop stuff, they, you know, when they start kind of going back into like maybe the old, like, you know, was it Liquid Television on MTV? May it rest in peace. Some of the older, you know, shit that we saw like way back in the day. You know, like way back in the fucking day. That to me is the most interesting. That to me is the most fascinating, because it's like, that's where like you know, look at like the old Newground shit, you know, and the Newground stuff is really kind of where it's at. You know, for a lot of the younger generation, I should say, they go, oh, I know Newgrounds, I know this, I know that, you know, whatever, right? And that is, I think, where a lot of people are, you know, that is where you're going to get a lot of like the next, trying to think here. Sorry, my brain's kind of foggy. It's where you're going to get the next like group of named talent, if you know what I mean, right? Like you're in like in 5-10 years, people who are making weird shit with AI now might actually have really large audiences. Why is that? Because they are, you know, very much, they're doing it now before everything becomes so fucking mainstream that it ends up just being, you know, not necessarily slop, but it just becomes part of what we're doing. You know what I mean? Like you log into Facebook and it's all like, there's your reels and there's your AI reels. You know, you go to Instagram, same thing. YouTube, same thing. I saw a thing on Dextero the other day and it was all like 20% of, you know, of all YouTube is AI slop. I'm going like, where? I check my feed. I'm pretty pro fucking AI. I watch a lot of AI videos and shit about AI. And yet my feed is not full of that. You know, I'm not seeing it. So, you know, the thing is, if you're watching that kind of AI content, that is you watching that kind of AI content. Like if you are out there getting recommended that shit on your YouTube, that is you engaging with it on your YouTube. That's you doing that. That's not anybody else. That's you. That's YouTube recommending you shit that you are actively engaging with, which is why it's really fucking funny. So that's why I think when it comes to even like, you know how it is with like homophobes or whatever, like the more anti-gay someone is, the deeper in the closet they probably are. Dude, it's kind of the same thing with anti-AI people, right? Like I almost want to bet you right now that Donovan is like, he's surfing it. You know, he's looking at like the gooner shit, right? And he's just fucking like, this is the only way anyone will love me if it's not real, you know, doing his thing. And he's out there because he hates himself. That's what it is. He hates himself that he likes it. And so he wants to fit in. So he'll lie to himself. He'll lie to other people about it rather than just being open about that. Maybe they use AI detection. What are you talking about? Maybe they use AI detection. What are you talking about? Newground was a place for video games. It was, but there was also like Flash animation on there as well. There's a lot of Flash animation on that. That's what I'm talking about. But I'm too pro AI. They want to advertise with older folk that believe everything is on fire outside their house thanks to people of colors. Well, yeah. I mean, you're talking like Donovan then, yeah. Donovan, who I don't know if this is true, right? Rumors I hear, you know, Donovan believes, you know, very bad stuff according to what I've heard on the internet. You know, Anyway, no, I don't know. He's fun to troll, but that's about it. He's so harmless. And you know why he's so well, you know why why he's so fun to troll? Because he always takes the bait. Always. Like, he always takes the bait. You'll never, ever not have Donovan take the bait. Even stuff that's not about him, he'll make about him because that's just what he does. So it is just that. All right. Yeah, let's see. 11 o'clock here. Okay. Oh, you can't find it again? Yeah, that's always a problem. That's always a problem. But all right, guys, I think I'm going to wrap it up as I just wanted to chill out tonight for a little bit. I got some stuff I want to do. Donovan's doctor told me he's autistic, but he thought he said artistic. Ooh. 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 So mean. It's mean. You got to send him a blue hat. Please be patient. He has autism. But yeah, guys. All right. I'll probably be on tomorrow night. Maybe talk some movies over there on the other channel. I'm working on some stories tonight. Oh, okay. Send it to okay. All right. Hold on. Now, you're making me go to Facebook. God fucking damn it. But that's fine. You're making me go to Facebook. Okay. I think I've seen something like this before. The only thing I really hate the fact that you can't make this shit full screen. Okay. Okay, here we go. All right, so this is it right here. AT-AT wading through the ocean, my first go at an Unreal project of my own. Really enjoyed this one. Always thought Star Wars needed AT-AT's walking. Okay, I mean, that's pretty cool. I mean, congratulations, Outlet. I'm happy for you. So I liked that he made it. That's pretty sweet. Sound was pretty solid. The overall idea of it was cool. Kind of felt like Geonosis or whatever, but it's like I'm pretty sure the water is way way deeper than an at, but still pretty based. So yeah, cool, man. I mean, again, and that was done with Unreal, and as soon Unreal is probably going to integrate with some AI tech here in a while, and then you're also going to have what else is there? Blender will probably eventually go that way as well. So, but it looks like, yeah, guys, we are definitely in the new regime to some extent. So there you go. But all right, everybody, thank you all for hanging out tonight. I'll talk to you all later. Have a good one, and don't forget to
turn off that pesky ad block.